Welcome back, everyone. It's the Bourbon Judge. We are back at it. And let's just say the judge is exhausted. I am tired. I just got back from Atlanta. Me and a big group of patrons, there's like 7 or 8 of us. We went to Short Barrel and did a barrel pick with Short Barrel. So Clinton, the entire ownership team there, Patrick and team, super cool guys. We had a blast. We picked a bourbon finished in ex-honey barrels, and it was oh my gosh, it was so good. So we picked our barrel. We had a blast hanging out. Tons. We hung out the night before and day of as well. So a lot of whiskey, a lot of good times was consumed. But yeah, we had a blast. And we picked our honey barrel and or bourbon rather, finished in ex-honey barrels. And so that one was amazing. We were in between 2 different barrels, and the barrel that we did not select, we loved it so much that they were like, hey, if you guys want to buy bottles of the other barrel that you didn't select, we'll go ahead and dump some out for you. So we did. I'm telling you, the bee's knees at Short Barrel, stop it. They are producing some fantastic whiskey at Short Barrel. If you have not checked them out, make sure you check out Short Barrel very soon. What else we have going on for the channel? So that was last week, earlier this week rather. Next week, myself and a different group of patrons, we're going out to Jack Daniels. We're going over to Lynchburg, Tennessee. We're doing a barrel proof rye. Yes, a single barrel proof rye with Jack Daniels. Really excited to get to Jack Daniels for the first time and do a barrel pick with them. So that's going to be a blast as well. So hey, if you're interested in becoming a patron, please go ahead and check out our broader community over on Patreon. We have a special group of people. When we were hanging out at Short Barrel, I'm telling you, the night before we did our barrel pick, one of the best nights, like whiskey related events I've ever had. Just truly an amazing time. But again, we have a very special community in the Bourbon Judge community. So really thankful for all of our Discord chats, our contests, you name it. I mean, we have it great. We really do. Great community. All right. So we're going to dive into today. And when I say this, I mean this. Like, I am truly still shocked how much I end up loving these 3 bottles. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I love them. I've already poured them out already, but I got the bottles over here. I'm going to tell you the reason why I love them, but then also why I was shocked. Cool? All right. These are not in order in terms of ranking of, so forth. These are just 3 bottles that I still kind of sit back and laugh sometimes. I was actually on the verge of not even buying these bottles. But hey, I'm glad I did because I love them. In some occasions, I even have my second bottles of them because I like them that much. Cool? All right. So, Judge, what is first up on your list and why? All right. So, like many people out there, I'll say that I like wheated bourbons. I don't love wheated bourbons, and I think that's a clear distinction, right? I like them. I don't love them. I'm okay with wheated bourbons. They're not always my jam. I think there's some wheated bourbons are better than others, but whenever a new wheated bourbon comes out, I don't know. I'm like flip a coin. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should get it, maybe I shouldn't. And I was honestly on the fence about not buying this first one here. But it comes from a reputable distillery, so I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and buy it. I got it on the channel. I loved it the first time, and I just had another pour the other night, and I still love it that much more. So what's number one? Number one on the list comes from our good friends over at Bardstown Bourbon Company. This is the Origin series. This is their wheated bourbon coming in at 106 proof. I am still just amazed at how good quality this whiskey is. To me, it is the perfect wheated bourbon experience. I know a lot of us always are seeking out your Weller or your Makers, and don't get me wrong, I like Weller, I like Makers. But when I'm looking for something that's unique and different from a wheated bourbon experience, to me, Bardstown, they hit a grand slam with this one. It is a perfect balance of wheat in the mash bill as a secondary grain, of course. And I just think it's honestly a fantastic whiskey by itself. So for my number one that I'm shocked about, Bardstown wheated bourbon. That bottle is straight up special. And it's so affordable too, right? $60-ish, something like that. Cheers. Oh, so silky. Oh, man. Baking spices, the honey, the caramel, It's such a great pour. It's insane to me how good that is. Oh my gosh. I don't want to put this glass down. I want to just keep sipping it. But it's just that good. It is honestly that special. Such a great pour from the beginning of the palate, middle of the palate, the end of the palate as well. It is truly a fantastic wheated bourbon. If you've not tried it thus far because you're, I'm only a Maker's guy or I'm only a, Weller fan, I'm telling you, please break out of the Maker's or the Weller and slide over and try the Bardstown Bourbon Company wheated bourbon. You will not be disappointed. All right, Judge, what is number 2 on your list and why? All right, so number 2 is on my list. Primarily is on the list because of the finish. I am a big finished whiskey person. Love a finished whiskey, bourbon or rye, first and foremost. Love a good finished bourbon or rye. But sometimes, when certain distilleries do a finished product, there's a couple of things. Number one, they might leave it in the secondary barrels for too long, where the secondary finish will take over. You don't even sip the bourbon or the rye. And sometimes it's just not like a good experience with the whiskey itself, right? Their actual type of whiskey, their type of bourbon, rye, and so forth. So when I had this finish, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to be. I love their core products, but I was wondering how I was going to like this sub-brand and, more important, this finish. So what's next on my list? Number 2, I recently just had on someone from the distillery on the channel. When they sent me the bottle, I was thinking, ooh, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this one because I'm not a big fan of apple brandy finishes. But this Watershed Fall Finishing Series, this apple brand, aged 6 years. This bottle is the truth. And I mean, it's legit as legit comes. If you loved a finished whiskey and you're open to like the apple brandy, which initially is there, I've had some other apple brandy finishes. I'm like, I didn't really care for them. But for this one here with Watershed, oh man, stop it. This to me, that's just delicious. Fall in a glass. It's time of weather, leaves are changing. This is everything that you want in a glass. Apple pie, some peach, a whole bunch of different notes in there. Some caramel, some cinnamon. It is truly, it's Thanksgiving in a bottle. It really is. It is absolutely amazing. If you like a finished product, try this one. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Watershed, also another grand slam with the apple brandy finish. And you know what? There's a little bit left in there. I'm not going to leave that one. I'm sorry. Wow. Damn, that's good. That is good. Okay. Bring it back, Judge. Bring it back. All right. What is number 3? What's the last one and why? So number 3 on the list. Oh, boy. You know what? I didn't know what to expect because, honestly, the bottle design. It came out as like a special release. Initially, at least, it has a really cool bottle design, kind of dating back to like the early 1900s. I just wasn't sure if it was going to be like the whole gimmicky kind of a route. Pretty bottle, but the whiskey didn't taste good. That was my concern, honestly. And guess what? The judge was wrong. So number 3 on this list. Number 3, amazing whiskey. James E. Pepper, the decanter bottle. I honestly thought the decanter bottle was like, it was like this whole, gimmick kind of a thing because the whiskey inside was going to be bad. Folks, let me just tell you. The whiskey in here, the whiskey they're producing over at the Old Pepper Distillery is truly exceptional quality. Let's see, the one I have, it comes in, at essentially 106 proof, 105.8, 105.8 proof. It is such a clean palate, all the way from start to finish. It's so clean, it's crisp, and it's memorable. And that I love. I can sip this all night, from start to finish, literally all day. That is an excellent quality pour. If you haven't had it yet, please make sure you try it. Cheers again. Sweet honey perfection. Damn, that's good. Hey friends, until the next time, as we say in this courtroom, peace, cheers, most important.